jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Good evening, everyone. WC is back on the boulevard once again. Shout out from the dirty South. You already know. Big salute to the supporters of the channel, man. World Combat Sports appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? 2023 is WCS. You already know what it is. Big salute to those who tune in and listen to the content. This right here was a UFC 206 championship trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean by championship trilogy, the two combatants who was in the main event was able to fight for a third time, which you rarely see. You know what I'm saying? In combat sports, we just seen Brandon Figueiredo and Davison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno fight for a fourth time. You know what I'm saying? The title switching hands and so forth. But tonight, man, big shout out to the co-main event and the main event. They did the damn thing like they were supposed to. Just look at Justin Gaethje. He improved to 24-4. All right. He went in there and beat Rafael Fiziev. All right, Rafael Fiziev, who record is now 12-2. Justin Gaethje 24-4. If you don't know about the highlight, Justin Gaethje came over to the UFC from the World Series of Fighting back in the day before it absolved, and you know he was a champion over there. He had some notable wars with the baboon himself, Palomino, and he came over here and he fought nothing but tough fights, man. I can say Justin requested the tough fights and he got the tough fights. I mean, look, it was nothing short of what he was giving us when he was outside the UFC. So when he came over here, he fought the likes of Dustin, Diamond Poirier, Eddie, Alvarez, the Underground King, man. He fought them right off the rip. He lost to both of them, and he stayed the course. His most standout fight to me was Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson was one of those fights where it would put him in a position for another big fight, a title fight, and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Like this, Justin Gaethje, who does the hand backflip off the top of the cage, is known to be in some wars, man. And this was different. This could be potentially the fight of the year when it comes to mixed martial arts. I'm not gonna hold you. It might be one type of fights because Justin Gaethje is known for throwing hands and working his boxing, but he had a mixture of striking techniques tonight. You know, of course, the fight card was in London, and I'm really in what people expected. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to pay attention to some of these fight cards because UFC, they move around. They get around, man. They go from country to country, place to place, state to state. They in and they out, man. But let's go to Justin Gaethje. Right, I'm gonna stay on Justin because he was a co-main event, and even though it wasn't a title fight, it was still good to see him get back in there and and get another on his belt. For a second. Shout out to Lost Art of Boxing, the first on deck. What's good with it, Q? How you feeling, bro? You know what I'm saying? So, Justin Gaethje, right? He came over here strictly to get a title fight. So if he would have defeated Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier, that definitely would have set the man up. Took UFC do they brought him back in there against James Vick, who was talking crazy. James Vick didn't have that many losses. He only had one loss. And Justin Gaethje went in here and canceled that dude in the first against one of my favorite fighters, Edson Barbosa. He canceled him in round one. Then he went in there with another favorite fighter of mine. Cancel him in round one. So he's on a win streak, right? Round one stoppage. Then he gets another shot for a title. So they give against Tony Ferguson, bro. Tony Ferguson. Now the crazy part about this history is those of you that follow WCS. Look, Tony was supposed to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov forever in a day, and people was believing that Ferguson could do and Nurmagomedov his first loss, but it never happened. It never freaking happened. A lot of people used to talk about this clash, and you know, could Tony Ferguson could be. Let me because I talked this all the way back in December 2015. Tony Ferguson fight canceled. You go to 2016, canceled. Then you go to March 2017, canceled. We on number three. That's the fourth one. Then you get to April 2020. During the pandemic, yes, you are reading about what was going on in the pandemic. They was going to fight. That fight got canceled. 5 total cancellations for Tony Ferguson stepping there with beating Nurmagomedov. He has like Justin Gaethje, the title eliminator, to step in there for the championship. Justin Gaethje goes in there and put on one of the most amazing boxing displays outside of Alexander Volkanovski that you will ever see. He went in there and gave a boxing clinic to Tony Ferguson. Beat him up so bad in 5 rounds, they had to stop the fight, I tell you. They had to stop the fight. I said, he went in there and showed us something that we knew he had, but he just didn't never put it together like that. And being that Tony Ferguson was such an awkward, eccentric fighter, he got the stoppage in round 5. Justin Gaethje went on to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov, who was undefeated at the time for the championship. And man, he subbed him out in round 2. I was disappointed. Because you know I always got to give you a little slight back history too, right? So Justin Gaethje had his family in attendance. Listen, so Khabib Nurmagomedov, man, a legend, a warrior. Khabib knew his family was there. He didn't beat Justin Gaethje's head into the freaking cams like he usually do. He just subbed the man out. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't do any GMP. He just subbed the man out. So Justin Gaethje will lose to Nurmagomedov in October 2020. And go back, take damn near just outside of a year. Come back in November 2021 and fight Michael Chandler, a former Bellator champion. Gets the victory. Gave him a box lesson too. I mean, that was an all-out war. If y'all haven't seen that fight, man, go over there and check out. Because Chandler's wrestling, I thought would somehow be problems, give problems. On the fight, Charles Oliveira again, y'all. He went in there for Khabib the Nurmagomedov in October 2020. He fights Michael Chandler with a year off, because this shit don't happen like that, right? Just like John Jones. Look, John been off damn near 3 years back for a title. I love mixed martial arts, right? So he comes back following year in May and fights Charles Oliveira and loses round 1 via rear naked choke, RNC, right? And then he comes back damn near close to a year off, and he fights Rafael Fiziev tonight. And he goes in there, mixes it up with a very tough competitor. You know what I'm saying? Very tough competitor. He was 12-1 heading into this. Only had one loss. And like I said before, Gaethje had came over here and lost to Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Charles Oliveira. He picked up the win, majority decision. That's my guy, man. The highlight, that's my guy. I love Justin Gaethje. I don't know how he's going to be post-career, because the man has taken a lot of 4 ounces to the face. I don't know. He had a lot of tough fights, man. He has a little bit of slurred speech, but he's one of my favorite fighters, man. Justin Gaethje, you can guarantee he's going to give it everything. Let me get to this live chat right quick. I'm good, Q. Mark Nash on deck. The XO Factory on deck. What's good with it? OG, what's good, big bro? I'm in the building. Smash the like button. In the building. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to the XO Factory. Appreciate you, brother. King Mitch on deck. Come back. What up? What's good with it, bro? Robinson on deck. Salute. Say shout out WCS. Salute to you, brother. So let's get to the main event, man, because you know WCS will give you the breakdown as always. We had Leon Edwards coming here for a trilogy, y'all. Leon Edwards with the highlight reel 5th round knockout. 5th round knockout when he was challenging Kamaru Usman for the welterweight world undisputed title. And though he wasn't looking well during that fight, he was able to earn a highlight reel head kick knockout of Kamaru Usman. Now, you can say what you want, and of course, I have to admit that I was wrong. I thought for sure Leon Edwards was going to lose this fight because the way Usman was doing everything well in their rematch, reigning champion, until he got caught. So Usman was the last one standing. At that time, we had Israel Adesanya, we had Kamaru Usman, and we had Francis Ngannou. They took a picture like you should have not taken a picture like that, because just like Wakanda, all 3 have failed. They have been stripped. Now, I am not making light of this, but I'm just saying they were all reigning at the same damn time. I salute them, brothers. I salute them, bro. God damn it. They all have fallen Alex Pereira defeated Israel Adesanya. Kamaru Usman defeated by Leon Edwards. And Francis Ngannou, I abort the mission. Abort the mission. He could have very well earned the high he would stay in Jones upon his turn. But Ngannou chose to abort mission. Over. Abort mission. Do you copy? Over. Abort mission. You copy. Do you copy? Abort mission. He vacated the title. John Jones come back after 3 years. What do you see boxing? Huh? Those of you hardcore boxing fanatics and all you want to do is just, freaking say a hardcore boxing fan. It's okay to be a hardcore boxing fan. But only thing I ask you is come over and make my charge for you. All right. So Kamaru Usman, he goes in here and attempts to get his belt back. He got the belt from Tyron Woodley. That fight was okay. Oh, he fought Tyron back in 2019, y'all. Time flies. Real talk, especially when you in the 5++. March of 2019. Immediately after that, he fought his nemesis, Cole. They hate each other. All that shit. He stops him, break his jaw, and the fight in round 5. Okay? Kamaru Usman goes to fight Jorge Masvidal. A former Kobe cousin, but a street legend when it came to fight. He grew up in short notice because Gilbert Burns caught COVID. Right? So Jorge Masvidal goes in there and loses via decision. This is what I love about the matchmakers of the UFC. Gilbert Burns missed that fight. They allowed Jorge Masvidal to come in and last. To a unanimous decision. So Kamaru's next fight would be Gilbert Burns, who I just mentioned. They used to be his stablemate. They used to train under the same roof. They had respect for one another. Man, what a fight. You know what I'm saying? That was a fight. Gilbert was able to hurt Kamaru and kind of open some things up like, hey, check this out now. I'm about to break some history down. Kamaru, he had one loss to Jose Caceres outside of the UFC. Nobody had beat Kamaru Usman in the UFC, y'all. He comes over here, fight his dang old stablemate, and Gilbert Burns put a break on him. Hurt him. But Kamaru was able to come back and have stopped him. You know what I'm saying? And this is why he's reigning champ. After that fight in February 2021, he fights his stablemate Gilbert Burns, a former BJJ world champion, in February 2021. Then he comes back in April 2021. Check out the amount of months now. February, March, April. February 13th to March 24th, he comes back in there, another title defense against Jorge Masvidal, y'all. Now, I know what we hear in boxing, but I'm just here to tell you, there's certain things that go down in mixed martial arts. You just say to yourself, these dudes on a different type of clock. Go in here, fight Jorge Masvidal. I went the distance with you on short notice. Imagine what I'd do with a full camp. Okay. I have respect. I like the guy. He's a tough dude. He's legitimate, certified off the streets. Real talk. He had one of the most brutal fine needles. Holds the record for the quickest stoppage in history. When he knocked out Nash 5 seconds, y'all. He goes in here and fight Kamaru Usman in a rematch. And Kamaru catches him with a cross. I mean, goddamn it, that shit was goddamn clean. Woo, hoo, 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 hoo. Jesus. I still see this day when it went down. I said, God damn, clean. That might be the cleanest right cross I've seen thrown, knocking an opponent out, and the opponent is asleep on your right shoulder before they even hit the ground, y'all. You stay with me on this shit, bro. I've been doing this for. Stay with me on this shit. Kamaru Usman hit Jorge Masvidal with a right cross, and he was asleep on Kamaru's right shoulder. Kamaru shoves him off, right? He's out. He shoves him off. Bow. Now, a lot of shit is going through my mind at this point, right? I say, okay. I remember Jorge Masvidal hitting Ben Askren after he was asleep. When asked in the post-fight conference, they said, did you think it was necessary to land those shots on Ben Askren being he was knocked out? He said, super necessary. That was his punchline, super necessary. So when Kamaru followed through with this right cross, bang! He sleep on his right shoulder, right? Kamaru said, get off me. Gave him a shoulder bump, shoved him. He hit the canvas, right? Kamaru jumped on him, and the referee knew that Jorge was out. But you know what comes around, God damn it, for sure it's gonna come down again. And that motherfucking time came down to the canvas. That referee knew Jorge was out, and goddamn Kamaru hit him with a 1-2. Bang, bang! And he stopped the fight. If that's not coincidence to give Jorge back that shit that he did to Ben Askren, I don't know what is. That man was clearly out. Clearly out. And we can go all the way back. We can go all the way back now. We can go back to Dan Henderson. Shout out to Hindu. We can go back to Dan Henderson, Michael Bisping, goddammit. When Michael Bisping was talking all that shit, Hindu called him with the H-bomb. That's the right hand for you that's been covering this motherfucker for a while. Dan Henderson called him with the damn right hand. Bang! Michael Bisping falls back on the canvas on his head. He's out. Dan Henderson gets his flight papers. You know what I'm saying? He gets his flight paper. He takes to the air off the runway. He takes flight and comes down on Michael Bisping with one of the most lethal elbows while he was asleep. Bing, bang! Rings his bell while he's already snoozing, y'all. While the man is already snoozing. Back to the topic. Kamaru Usman knocks out Jorge Masvidal in a freaking rematch. My crosses, that was one of the things. They bring him back in a year because, I mean, they bring him back. So, like, this is the third fight as a champion, y'all. Gilbert Burns in 21, February. And then in April, he fought Jorge Masvidal, you know what I'm saying, defending his championship. And they brought him back in November 2021, y'all. To fight who? One on the unanimous decision. 3 title defenses, y'all. In 2021, 3 title defenses in 2021, bro. So he in November 2021, and approaching, I say, a good 9 months, something like that. He goes in here and fight Leon Edwards in a rematch. He was doing very, very well. I'm talking about it was a striking, contest between both of these fighters. Leon Edwards looked average, like he didn't understand the magnitude of this fight. But maybe he had a lot going on. But to land that head kick in round 5 that closed it out for Kamaru. The first defeat of his UFC career. The second defeat of his mixed martial arts record. So he gets eyes wide shut, bro. Kamaru Usman get kicked in the head, and his eyes are wide shut. That means when you're looking, you're standing up, and you can't see shit because you're out. He's laying up there looking up at the lights. His eyes are wide shut. So that happened in 2022. They come back March of 2023 to that day for the trilogy to see if Kamaru Usman could get his belt back and see if Leon Edwards could defend it. And Leon Edwards, let me tell you about these two. It was a much different fight. Leon Edwards came out with a different game plan. I continue to look at mixed martial arts and they continue to evolve. It's not evolving to the point where they're just learning new technique that's never been. It's the way they're going about fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, fighters getting acclimated or working leg kicks now. It's not like it hasn't been around. Jose Aldo had brutal leg kicks. You know what I'm saying? Brutal leg kicks. You know what I'm saying? MVP, Michael Villain Page, brutal leg kicks, bro. Leg kicks has been around for quite some time. It's been fighters that can, that stand out for having that, that is part of their arsenal. Fighters who are stand-up strikers, wrestlers, they're now implementing those little calf kicks. You feel me? So Leon Edwards implemented his leg kicks in the rematch, and he more so did it in the trilogy today. What I was surprised is that, the referee took a point in round 3 for fence grab. You know what I'm saying? I know, man. It was just a fence grab. Like, I guess they look at it like, yeah, if it was going to be a clear takedown. But the mixed martial boxing, they give you a 10-8. No. Like, it depends on who's up there, the third man in the ring, to take a point like that. But he took a point for the fence grab, right? He might have warned them, whatever the case. And they went back and forth. And I would say Leon was a more effective striker. He was more busier. He was able to come in here with a superb game plan against Kamaru Usman and really make Kamaru look like the challenger. Leon for defending his title. I was the one that didn't think he was going to be able to do it. I thought for sure that Kamaru was going to regain his title and Leon was just going to go back to being Leon. I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong, bro. Salute to him. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the guy for getting it done, for proving the naysayers like myself wrong. I'm not a Leon Edwards fan. Real talk. Like, I still remember when he walked past Jorge Masvidal, knowing what type of guy Masvidal is, he allowed him to come up and three-piece him with a soda. I mean, come on, bro. Like, you was talking shit when the man was in the interview, and then he comes back there and tat you up. I'm just not on board just because he's a champion. But he did defend his title. So congratulations to Leon Edwards for defending your title. You're certified. That was your first title defense. You got it out the way, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. You got it out the way. Real talk. What's next for him? That's the biggest question. What's next for those that was on the card? Well, we have to see who they give the next title defense. Because one thing about the UFC, they do not play around when it comes to matchmaking. Like I told you all, Kamaru Usman 2021 defended his title 3 times against top competition. 3 times in top competition. From February 2021 to April 2021, he defended his title twice. So shout out to Kamaru Usman, man. You had a nice little run. That's now over. You know what I'm saying? He defended his title. Kamaru Usman defended his title 5 times successfully. So he's definitely gonna go down as one of the best welterweight fighters in the UFC. He is gonna be a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Because he went on that run without any type of defeat as a champion. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he had those 3 fights in 2021. They're gonna look at all that, and then only to defeat him, and the first man to defeat him in the UFC was Leon Edwards. You know what I'm saying? And also defeat him twice in the UFC is Leon Edwards. So hey, Leon got rights right now. Leon got bragging rights, man. I ain't mad at you, bro. I'm not mad at you. But salute to those guys. Salute to those guys. Seriously, salute to those guys. Salute to the UFC. Very good fight. Wasn't a heavy fight card, but salute to the winners who got it done. It was good to see Gunnar Nelson, man. 19-5-1. He ended up picking up a win. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gunnar Nelson. Grew up watching you. Jennifer Maia. She was able to get a decision in 3-round fight over Casey O'Neill, handing Casey O'Neill her first loss of the UFC. And I'm gonna tell you, with the frequency and the combat system of mixed martial arts, it's hard to maintain an undefeated record. Seriously, it's hard to maintain an undefeated record through your first 10 fights as a mixed martial artist. It's just tough. It's tough, bro. You rarely see the serial gun, come on here 10-0. You rarely see that in mixed martial arts. And really, to be honest, the fan base over there and the fighters, they don't care like that. They don't care, bro. Like, you have multiple losses, but the UFC will put you in there with ranked top competition and continue to give you shots. I've given you backstories in the women's division and the males division. When I break down the pound for pound top 15, I always give you a breakdown of those individuals and what they've done in their career, what led them to be placed, the champions and prior champions on the pound for pound list. I always give you the breakdown. Marvin Vettori, salute to him, man. He was one of the guys who fought, I believe he fought Israel Adesanya twice for the middleweight championship. And he lost. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up picking up a win tonight. You know what I'm saying? He ended up picking up a win, man. But yeah, Leon Edwards, he defends his title, man, and still. So I ain't mad at him, and still. Salute to you, brother. Salute, salute, salute. Man, y'all hit that like button for me. You know what I'm saying? That's my post fight. I only have 4 likes. Y'all really showed WCS some love, bro. Real talk. I swear to you, man. Y'all come over here selfish with the telekinesis. The telekinesis can't tell y'all, hey, you know what? Why don't we practice this mentally on how to freaking press that motherfucking button? Use either our hand or a device called a mice and just click on that motherfucker. And get the likes up. Damn. Is it that difficult, shawty? If it's that difficult, seriously. I can't talk about mixed martial arts. Y'all don't got no love for the East Coast, man. Y'all don't have no love for WCS. What we talking about, man? Look, I already told y'all, I may never get 100 people on my live. But when I wake up in the morning, that's all you got to know. That's all you got to know right there. I bet I have 100 tonight. But when the sun rises, I'm going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just being honest with you, bro. Shout out to my guy Big Blunts and boxing the goat on deck, man. What's good with it, Blunts? What's good with it? Appreciate you pulling up, man. So, I wanted to get on some state of affairs, of course. WCS want to touch bases on the state of affairs within the YTC. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been conversation. It's been a little chatter and buzz going around. And look, I definitely want to readdress, you know, what I talked about already, right? I just want to readdress it because I talked about it when nobody else was talking about it. And they act like, once again, they didn't want to listen, shawty. They didn't want to listen, man. So peep this out. So we already understand that it's quite difficult to find what so-called healthy topics of discussion. You know what I'm saying? Food for thought type of topics when it comes to boxing. So therefore, it can get a bit banal at times because people have to create storylines and everything. And sometimes those people who create storylines, it may come with extreme bias to talk about just specific fighters. But getting to the point is, what I'm saying is that it's been for a while now that you can't ignore what's been going on in the YTC and the whole structure and layout with an overlay. I'll say the overlay of certain entities that's been existing on the YTC for a minute. And I mentioned about the situation that happened in Newark with Bud Crawford and Blue Blood, right? Now this is not a live stream on Blue Blood, okay? But I try to put it out there as genuine as I possibly could on what was going to happen with the community that he was associated with. Now, him being who he is, he's a grown-ass man. He's able to do and make decisions as to whatever he chooses to do. All right, he can take any directions he chooses to. Real talk. But listen, if you haven't been paying attention to what's been playing out on the YTC, certain things have changing. You know what I'm saying? What did I ask 78 to do? I asked him, I said, hey, 78, you need to go ahead and fire that dude because pretty much he showed you his hand. You know, he was disloyal. You need to go ahead and fire him for switching sides and trying to, you know, be on Bud Crawford's side. You know what I'm saying? If that's not your agenda and y'all want to kick it with Errol Spence, so be it. You need to go ahead and get him up out of there. 78 didn't listen to me. He didn't listen to me then. And then I see a live, you know, he's on there talking to 78 Sports. And, you know, it was just like general, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, okay, cool. So I also put a petition for him to basically fire other team members that wasn't conducive to or productive to the LDBC. I put it out there genuinely. I genuinely meant this. I said, in order for y'all to grow, because I don't care, I'm not planning on being a member, but I'm looking at it from an older standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving wisdom, and I was saying you need to get rid of some people because they're not productive. They ain't doing shit. They just dead weight. It's just like you trying to say I want to swim in 100-meter freestyle, but let me wear my ankle weights. Let me put some ankle weights in because I think I can swim a little bit faster on the back stretch with them ankle weights on. Some of them just dead weight, right? So if you haven't been paying attention, it seems like a tide is shifting. You know what I'm saying? I see certain channels dropping off. And then what I tell y'all, I said, listen, it was always told to me, hey, WCS, you should have built with us, black man. No, I didn't. No, I shouldn't have. You should have built with the LDBC. You should have built with us. This, that. I said, no. I totally understood what that was about and where your fan base was going to be at, right? And if they listen to what 78 has to say, then therefore, if it comes to a point where he has to give the orders to get the fuck on, to tell the people, hey, I may not want to support so-and-so no more, man. This, that, and the other. I told you all the shit was going to happen. It just seems like the fans, you know, whoever was tuned in over there, have aborted mission, y'all. I tried to tell you, Blue, I was being genuine. It seems like those numbers are freaking like pandemic numbers, goddammit. Right now, hey, Blue, it seems like you got bubble numbers. It seemed like you got the bubble. When we was in the pandemic, it seemed like you got those type of numbers. You can talk about my numbers. I don't care. I don't go up here, telling people that I got this many people and that many people. I never do. But I'm just saying, based off what I said, I put the warning out there. I say, hey, I put it out the 78 and I put it out the Blue. I said, Blue, why don't you just get up out of there and do your own thing so you can start to recover? So it won't be done to you in reaction. And you have to react to it and start trying to build your channel up. Now look at it. YouTube is YouTube is pretty much going to an entirely different structure where they are basically scrutinizing videos a little bit deeper. So it's going to come down to these certain individuals. They can't go to the same routine no more because they might be getting, their videos might be getting graded different and have limited suitability. And, it's just the whole rules and shit are changing, both for YouTube and it seems like with the LDBC. I don't know about all the LDBC, but all I'm saying is the WCS did mention it. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like certain things are going on behind the scene from what it looked like. It just looks like you didn't take heed to my warning. So somebody's giving the orders, and it seems like the numbers are dwindling. It seems like the numbers are evaporating. So now you have to find a way to recoup. You know what I'm saying? You need to find a way to restructure and bring back those fans who may have been giving the orders. They may, I don't even know who you are, the Black Skip Bayless. You talking about the link, bro. They may have been given the orders, but this must be your first time over here. I don't know who you are and all that link, brah. First of all, I ain't your bruh. I don't know who you are. Never seen you over here. Anyway, I was saying, it just seems like someone have spoken and the word has been passed word of mouth. And it seems like the numbers are being, put on the shelf, so to speak. And I wish the brother nothing but whatever he got going on. Because I tried to warn him. I said, hey, if 78 is not going to fire you, you might well just damn abort mission and go on about your business and leave on your own accord, do your own thing so you can start rebuilding. Rebuilding is very, very crucial, bro. A lot of cats on here don't know what it's like to make a decision like that. They say, you know what? I know what I have right now. I'm complacent with what I have right now. I'm complacent. They don't really understand how important it is to not be reactive, but be proactive. So if you was proactive and just shut it down and say, I'm no longer with the LDBC because, yeah, I am switching up. I'm going back and forth to Errol Spence Crawford. And, the conversation is always going to be out there. But if you know you with an entity and their agenda is to push Errol Spence heavy, and you chose to basically nestle into that entity for that whole residence internally to that entity for quite some time, now there's a shift. Now you understanding who runs the regime. Now you understanding that. Later on up the line, bro, you can give me my apology and say, dang, you know what, Scotty, I thought I couldn't see, past your words. I thought you was just hating, but you was really saying some real shit. I appreciate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I should have been proactive instead of reactive. And, yeah, it took me, I'm still recovering from that shit now. I said, well, I try to put it out there, but all they want to do is not You know, they don't want to pay attention except these artificial numbers. You know what I'm saying? These numbers. They don't want to listen to the wisdom. They just want to damn pay attention to the numbers, bro. Black Skip Bayless, he said, link, brah. Anybody know who the Black Skip Bayless is? Come over here talking about the link, bruh. Hey, look. Hey, whoever you may be, you probably coming over here. It seems like when they say link, they want to, you know, talk about the current topic. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, I never seen you over my channel unless you done one of them niggas that got blocked and came back over here on a ghost account and want to come over here and yell and scream about some dumb shit. It ain't that easy to come over here and ask for a link like you run shit here. You don't run a motherfucking thing over here, bro. Whoever you may be. People just be coming over here talking about link, bruh. Who are you talking about, bruh? Did I strike a chord? Did I talk about somebody, one of your advocates? Is this one of those hidden freaking protectors? They be trying to take little subtle jabs like they in the background. I'm on YouTube too. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. A lot of people on YouTube. I'll drop the link for you. Let me know what you want to talk about. What you want to talk about? Cause I don't know who you are. What you want to talk about? Just put it in there. I'll drop the link. I will drop the link, bro. What you want to talk about? What's the purpose of you coming on here? I need to know if it's worth my time. Cause I do have time tonight. What's going on, L Dog? What's good? I do have time. Come on, man. You got a full 60 seconds, bro. You got a full 60 seconds, bro. Okay. So that's pigeons. Definitely, if it's pigeon, you ain't getting the link. Guarantee you that, because it's nothing we got to talk about. Bro, it ain't nothing we talk about. You don't have freaking 15 different accounts, man. You know what I'm saying? God damn. You don't have 15 different accounts, bro. Just come in under one fucking account so people can know, man. I appreciate that, L Dog. Appreciate that. Real talk. But yeah, I was just putting it out there again, man, that I mentioned it previously. You know, that the shit that was going on up here and how dysfunctional it was on the LDBC and the YTC shit. And how individuals were so quick to defend them. They would just defend them by anything. You know, they just defend these people. And when in fact, what I was saying was fact. I was saying, hey, you switching up. You was an avid Errol Spence supporter. And then you switch up to Terrence Crawford and become a bandwagon rider. Because you used to support Crawford. And then you switched up on him. And then try to go back. Because it benefited your affiliation with the certain organization that you was with. So I told you, I say, bro, 78 is not going to respect that shit. 78 is not going to forget. 78 is going to goddamn make sure he make a note, a mental note of this shit. And then I seen you over there, you know, trying to kiss his ass. I was like, man, that's just so... It's nothing else I gotta say. The shit these guys do, man. I say, God damn, you want to talk about masculinity, bro? Man, just let it be known. If you was out there and you switched up and you would now want to support Crawford, understand there's a storm that's gonna come along with that shit. Because you used to support him when he was undefeated. You left him when he was undefeated, and you attempted to come back to him when he was undefeated. So really nothing he did in his career influenced you to leave except the community that you chose to affiliate yourself with again. You see the trend? You affiliated yourself, you know, with the LDBC, who was a heavy Errol Spence supporter. And then you affiliated yourself with BLK Prime, who Crawford was fighting in the card. So you try to play both sides of the tracks in the second community. Now, in the first community that I mentioned is now the community as to why a lot of your viewers have went missing. A lot of your viewers have went missing. That is because I believe the orders have been given behind the scene to abort mission. They gave the command. They gave an EAP. Y'all know what the EAP is? Emergency Action Plan. For those viewers that was with the LDBC that was showing you love, to abort mission. I repeat, abort mission. L-Dog said, you covering Roy Jones versus Pettis? You know, it's funny you mention that, man. It's funny that you mention that. Because I've been trying to work on that. It's funny that you mentioned that out the blue. Because I've been trying to work on that. Seriously. I've been trying to work on that, man. So to answer your question, I am trying to work on that. Real talk. But appreciate you asking, though. Hold on for a second. Hey, y'all hit the like button, man. I only have 7 likes in here. I know more than 7 people have pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Slid in, slid out quick. So I'm working on that, you know, as we speak. I'm definitely working on that. Eldar said, what's next for Usman? I'm just like everybody else. I don't think he's going to retire anytime soon. They're going to put him back in there with competition. You know what I'm saying? People who was actually, you know, you may see him fight a previous opponent that he's already fought. I don't know. It's definitely not going to be Jorge Masvidal. But like we seen, Colby Covington is still at the UFC. So he does have 2 wins over Colby Covington. But that doesn't mean the UFC won't put him back in there with Covington to try to catapult them to another potential title shot or something like that. Seriously, that's how the UFC do. They recycle their fighters a lot. Or it's plenty other names out there that's contending in the welterweight division that he can fight to work himself up. One thing I love about the matchmaking is that if you was a champion, they provide you the opportunity to go back in there. Kamaru Usman was knocked out cold, y'all. You rarely see in boxing that they will allow you to return after being knocked out in a title fight. See, not everybody get the Dillian White, Alexander Povetkin treatment. Not everybody get the immediate. Not everybody can say they got the immediate, bro. The immediate return. But the UFC does it all the freaking time with their champions. All the time. Joanna Jędrzejczyk loses first round, they give her a rematch. Wally Zhang loses, give her a rematch. It happens all the time. And definitely you'll probably see it with Valentina Shevchenko. Yes. They allow it to happen, bro. I like it. I like how they allow it to happen. They allow it to happen. With Israel Adesanya, the jury's still out on that. The jury's still out. We'll see. Where I don't think it's gonna happen, when it comes down to the light heavyweight division, I don't think we're gonna see John Jones fight Ciryl Gane in a rematch. Nobody want to see that shit. Because look, he's became the Derek Lewis of the light heavyweight division. He has so much talent, but when it's time for him to leap over and take it to the next level, he can't get it done. That's Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is a good guy who may shine in the gym, highly talented, but when he get in there with guys who's on his level or greater, he doesn't perform, man. He underperforms, and we've seen this shit happen with John Jones. That was just, man, come on. 3-year layoff, you didn't push his cardio, you didn't tap into that gas tank, brother. He takes you down, and that's it. It's a wrap. You let him zip tie your legs, climb the ladder, and work for a submission, bro. Man, come on, man. Come on. See, I like the little rivalries that they attempted to make. I'm still on Kamaru Usman. I'm just giving examples, right? The little rivalries they try to make with Daniel Cormier and John Jones, and then when John Jones has left, they start up a rivalry with Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic at heavyweight. And that shit turned out to be damn good, bro. That shit turned out damn good. I mean, him knocking Stipe out in the first fight, and then him getting stopped, DC getting stopped, and then they're going for a trilogy. I loved it, bro. I loved it. Real talk. I loved it. I bet small money on Usman, but I had a feeling he was going to lose. Damn. How you see Izzy versus Alex Pereira? This man has now defeated Adesanya 3 times in their professional careers. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about bragging rights, if you want to talk about somebody so-called having your number or being the alpha, doing your reign, I don't know, man. Like, we just seen Kamaru Usman try to come back and get his title. But the difference between Israel Adesanya and Kamaru Usman, Adesanya had history with Pereira at kickboxing, and they fast-tracked this man once he got to the UFC to get a title shot, and he stops him in the 5th round. Dude. Kamaru gets stopped in the freaking 5th round, comes back, and goes to a decision and loses. Do I see Alex Pereira just doing something totally different now that he's fought Adesanya, just losing it? I don't know. I'm not even sure if he's going to return to defend his title at that weight or whatever. But that guy seemed to have Israel Adesanya number. It seems like Pereira is the style bender when it comes to Adesanya, matching up with Adesanya. He's a style bender, bro. He wasn't flashy. You feel me? He wasn't super flashy. He was straight to the fundamentals. He did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He had fought that guy in kickboxing. Everybody was saying that Adesanya has gotten much better, leaps and bounds better since kickboxing. And I agreed. And once again, I was one of the guys, right? I'm keeping it honest. Like, when he was on the hunt for a title before he fought Robert Whittaker, I was like, no, bro, you ain't ready. You can't go in there and beat Robert Whittaker. I haven't seen you, improve like that. I just didn't see it. And I didn't have no confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fought Brad Tavares. I was like, okay, Tavares was tough. He got it out the way. And then Marvin Vettori. I thought Marvin was going to go in there and beat him. No. It's just so many people that I thought that Adesanya was going to lose to, but he didn't. So I got to go with Alex Pereira in the rematch. I just got to go with Alex Pereira, bro. It just, for him to come back in the 5th round and not stop him with a head kick, not stop him with a submission. He stopped him with punches. You know what I'm saying? He landed that nice solid and hurt him, and then he finished him off, bro. And you know, Adesanya, now that he's coherent, he can say what he wants. But he wasn't defending himself. He wasn't safely protecting himself when Pereira was landing those bombs. And I thought it was a good stoppage. Seriously. What's going on, Andrew? How you feeling, brother? On deck, WCS salute. Salute to you, Andrew. Salute to you, brother. Always appreciate you pulling up, showing support, man. You be everywhere, dog. Shit, Andrew be everywhere. Like frequent flyer miles don't matter. You know what I'm saying? This dude be on Mayweather Airlines. This dude be on private jets. You know what I'm saying? Delta United, Spirit, Soul City Airlines. Shit. The New York Transient. Andrew be everywhere, this motherfucking dog. He said, facts, PBC and Top Rank. Do it all the time. Yo, man. Hey. I'm curious, you know, like with mixed martial arts in general, even with the Bellator, you know, UFC, they're going to give you the fights that you want. It's so much more relaxing when you're looking at the schedule of mixed martial arts because the fights are out there, especially with the UFC. I mean, they're going to give you fights. Sometimes they might have 3 title fights on one card. They don't seem to be having conversations about the pay-per-view rule. They don't seem to be talking about this pay-per-view myth that's out there. You know, as if pay-per-view is very close to a eulogy. You don't hear that going on at the UFC, man. You know what I'm saying? That's frivolous. They don't talk like that. Before you know it, they're on pay-per-view again. Don't they have boxers? No, hold up. Let me back up. Don't they have boxing promotions that were attached to ESPN, right? So if you have the UFC that was attached to this, and they keep on putting on pay-per-views, why aren't they having conversations, and why aren't their media segues, their outlets out here on the YTC, speaking about pay-per-view as if it's about to go extinct, like it's about to go dormant, like it's very close to a memorial service? No, every other week it's a pay-per-view. But when it comes to boxing, we have the president of a network saying, you know, if people wouldn't. But look, I'm gonna stop him right there. How can Stephen Espinosa complain about pay-per-view piracy, right? But yet we're not hearing it when it comes to the UFC and Bellator. They're not talking about pay-per-view piracy. What webmasters do you have out there? Who's running your network? Why y'all can't lock this down to hold these people accountable? Like somebody said last time when I was on live, I never seen nobody get arrested for looking at a stream illegally. So if that's the case, well, find a way to hold people accountable for looking at the stream illegally. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But they don't seem to have these boxing issues when it comes to pay-per-view. You see the schedule, and they say it's gonna be pay-per-view, and you go out there and do what you got to do. Whether you crack stream it or you pay for it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. But I forgot to mention this, L Dog. You mentioned Anthony Pettis. I was surprised, like how much weight he's put on. Like Pettis has put on crazy weight. And to be honest with you, Pettis has never been like a boxer, striker. Like he never was the type of fighter to use his hands and use impress with his hands. He was more so of a unique, you know, ostentatious kicker. You know what I'm saying? That had submissions in his game, But one of his most infamous highlight reel is when he ran the cage and kicked Benson Henderson and landed the kick, dog. And shout out to Smooth. You know what I'm saying? He actually landed the kick on him on the jaw. So I was like, God damn, I can't believe he landed that shit. Showtime. That was Showtime, bro. I remember they tried to prosecute people for pirating music back in the day. That shit didn't work. And I'm just saying, man, the UFC, Bellator, PFL, and they don't have these damn conversations, bro. Like you don't see the president of nothing. You don't see Dana White. You don't see Scott Coker. You don't see them out here saying, I just want to talk to the people. It's a way that we can resolve this. All you have to do is just purchase the pay-per-view. The reason why you're not seeing the big fights is simply yourself. You all are not paying as honest, hardworking citizens. You are what we call thieves. Thieves in the night. Because most of the pay-per-views come in the evening. And you choose to steal a pay-per-view instead of supporting the fight card. And that, my friends, that is not honorable. So as the president, I'm asking you all to basically hold yourselves accountable and pay for the fights. Okay, what's $80? What's $89.99? Okay, if you want to say your favorite fights, convince me, convince my people that you all are willing to be stand-up, honorable citizens, okay, of the boxing community. Pay for the fight. I don't hear that shit, y'all. I don't hear it over there at the UFC. Real talk, I don't hear it. Leon Edwards, such an inspiration. It reminds me of Madiq. Well, he is an inspiration to some people. Of course, he defended his title. He's legit. You know what I'm saying? His Wall Street just went up over there in London. He did. I mean, he fought in his hometown, bro. He defended that title, and they gave him an extra surge of energy and support, and he got the shit done. It wasn't a robbery. That shit was correct. You know what I'm saying? It was a majority decision, but it was correct. He won. I'm talking about him winning. That was correct. They got it right. People pirating music actually laid the foundation for the current model of being able to stream all music now on demand. Damn. Wow. I don't know how they're going to clean this up. But I just see, you know, from the mixed martial arts, right, perspective, I look at their model and it seems to be absent of interruption. It don't seem like they're continue to break check their fight fans and say, oh, you know what? We can't give you the best fight the best because y'all are up here crack streaming. So they tend to kind of break check their goddamn audience and their consumers. Y'all don't want to support us? Okay, cool. We ain't gonna support you too. We're gonna keep on fucking with you. You think you supposed to get this fight? We don't think so, because y'all keep on pirating the pay-per-view. But over there at the UFC, Bellator, they would give you a card with 2 championship fights, 3, sometimes 3, and it's the best fight in the best. Or they'll give you a single championship main event, and like they did today, they'd put a co-main event and make the main card heavy. And the main card would be with faces that you're familiar with. And those individuals, some of them may have had a loss 2 months ago. But they still put them back up there to get back into title picture, bro. I love it. I love it. I'm not going to lie. I love it. I like the consistency. It's just so much easier to exist in the mixed martial arts oasis over there when it comes to fight scheduling. It's just so much that you can look at. It's so easy. You look at the fight schedule and you say, okay, you really don't have to ask questions. Every now and then some shaky shit to go on. Real talk. It's some shaky shit to go on when you saying, okay, maybe so and so should have got the title shot unless instead of this person. Like for instance, Michael Chandler. I didn't think Michael Chandler should have got the title shot with Charles Oliveira. Absent of Justin Gaethje, in my opinion. That was just me, but it all depends on what your stock value is as a fighter, what you bring to the table, the people who want to see you, and all that shit. I don't know, but I can say this: they give you the fights that you want to see. Seriously, the champions do not have any time just to sit around and hold on the belts and then just act like they're not gonna fight and they're not gonna do anything. It's no way the shit that's going on with Spence will happen over here in mixed martial arts. It was no way, because first of all, they have a single belt structure, and you won't be holding on to 3 titles and not doing a damn thing and think the president is going to let you keep the titles. Now, of course, it's a different model. It's a different format, of course, because you have different sanctioned bodies, okay? But still, it will be minimal politics that has to do with this. Minimal. It's just no way that shit would have flew over here. No way. Say very consistent, got to give them that. No doubt, bro. They are consistent, man. That's why they're easy to pay attention to. They're very easy. It's very easy to pay attention to what they have going on. Very easy. The consistency helps the fighters too. The top purses may not be, but overall, the signed fighters are getting consistent paychecks. Yes, you're right. They are getting consistent paychecks. Absolutely. And also, it's allowing them to make a living. If they go in there and do something spectacular, they can get knockout of the night, or they can get fight of the night bonuses. They allow them to get bonuses, man. $50,000 bonuses if you're selected for this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's cool. They allow you to pick up a freaking 50 rack bag if you're chosen for fight of the night or whatever the case may be, man. On top of getting a paycheck and being able to, feed. Now, I don't know what the numbers are like over there. I don't know, the whole shit changed back in the day. And then, fighters used to have these sponsorships that they could have, but then they did away with them once they brought Reebok on deck. And then they went with Reebok for several years, and then they changed over to Venom. So they have a basic pay scale model based off Venom fight kits, and then the promotion has their pay scale, and then also they have the bonuses that a fighter can get from the knockout fight of the night and stuff like that. So they have ways that fighters can make money, but sponsorships was the big deal. I don't know if you all heard, but WCS drop it. And you may not care, but those of you that follow mixed martial arts, I feel this a gem. So Frank Mir's daughter, who is a legitimate wrestler. Y'all don't know who Frank Mir is. A former, world champion in the UFC. Very, very intelligent fighter at the time. He does hold that bragging rights of submitting Brock Lesnar before he was going to snap his leg in half. He has some very great fights in his career. He's legit. He's certified. And it was great to be able to interview him and then see him down here in Atlanta when he dropped in for Triller. And I actually saw him with his daughter at that time, if I'm not mistaken. But the crazy part about shit that you see and it means something to you, but you don't know why it means something at the time, his daughter would be the first female to come into the UFC in the future. I'm not sure if she already signed or what, to have her NIL. Okay, we're talking about the evolution that's going on with athletes, college athletes, and shit like that. She would be the first UFC fighter to be a part of the promotion with her NIL, her name, image, and likeness. She would be the first fighter to do that. That means she can hold her NIL and make money off that NIL. I don't know the entire details about it. I reached out to Frank Mir to attempt to speak on it, and I'm gonna reach out there again, to try to have him speak. I don't need him to come on the show. I'll just say, hey, if you can give me an interview over the phone, I'll be good with it. I'm really trying to understand because this is huge. This is huge, yo. Like his daughter, who's very young, man. I think she's a teenager and she's a standout wrestler. She's gonna be over here in the UFC with her name, image, and likeness. That means she'll be able to make money off that shit. I mean, that's big, bro. That's big, man. That is huge, dog. That's huge. So remember, put it out. Put that shit out there. Name, image, likeness. And that's just another tag that's going on with certain athletes. And for her to be able to be the first, I don't know what she was able to do, but Frank Mir and his team made it happen. So kudos to them, man. Shout out to them. But what else? We still got the Caleb Plant and David Benavidez fight next. This coming up next week. They finally gonna step into the ring. Everything seems to be great. You know, we haven't heard of any injuries or anything like that. So salute to them guys, you know, for everything that they've been working for up to this point. And the reason why I say that is because, like I say all the time, Caleb Plant, rather. Caleb Plant told me that David Benavidez was the easiest of the division. He told me this years ago. And he made it perfectly clear he didn't like the dude. So now that they get to go inside the square and settle the score, bro. And settle the score. Yes, they get to settle the score. So that's going down next weekend. Also, you have Stephen Fulton is coming up. Naoya Inoue, you know, they're going to be coming up pretty soon. You're going to have top-ranked card, Robisa Ramirez going in there against Isaac Dogbe, you know, for a title shot. That's going to be crazy. You know, that's going to be real crazy right there. Shout out to El Tren. On that card, Joet Gonzalez is going to be facing Enrique Rivas, or what have you. And you have names like Jahad Tucker, who's a steadily rising sensation at 154, making his debut at a higher weight class. One of the more special fighters, like I said before, keep an eye on him. He even has a brother that they say is going to be better than him. You know what I'm saying? That's going to probably come into the sport young, just like his older brother did. So keep an eye out for Jahad Tucker going in there for his 10th professional fight. Salute the team, Tucker, man. Keep on doing your damn thing. Abdullah Mason is going to be on that card. Tiger Johnson is going to be on that card. I mean, it's going to be some pretty decent names on that top-ranked card in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So keep your eyes peeled for that. I know there has been a little buzz and chatter about Jamal Charlo and how big he's looking. It's not the type of big as if he was getting ready for a fight big, you know, but you know, they saying how big he's looking over the 160-pound weight limit. I don't know. I'm not really concerned. It would be good to know when he's going to come back to the square now that Gennady Golovkin has been moved to the #1 slot at the WBC. And look, how crazy would it be if Jamal Charlo returns and he got Gennady Golovkin that he has to face in defense of his title, that should be sick, boy. I laughed my ass off. I said, look how they did you, Jamal. They gonna stick Gennady Golovkin as your opponent when you return, dog. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, bro. I hope that's not the case, but if it is, it is. It is what it is. So, L Dog is Emiliano Vargas. Is he one of your favorite fighters? I don't know too much about him, so enlighten me. Because I know he's still young in the game. He's 3-0, 2 knockouts. You know, from what I'm looking at, he's contending at the lightweight division. So, you know, he's going in there for his for professional fight with a 2. So since you brought him up, what do you know him from? Why you put his name out there? I'm curious. Next year, I'm betting on most 15 and 16 seeds for the upset. NCAA tournament is crazy. Shit be like plus 2,000, 2 seeds. Yeah, man. Man, this is one of the most stressful months, man. It has to be for college, for real. And then just imagine you going through March Madness and your grades aren't where they supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you just go to class like, fuck it, man. We got to eliminate it, man. I'm done, man. I gave it a go. I just don't like what happened in that March in the tournament, man. I don't like this shit. Hopefully we get to see Tucker, Xander, Conwell, Fundora all mix it up one day. Yeah, that's absolutely. You know, I think they trying to build up something like that. Tucker, Xander, Zayas. You know, Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell is in the rankings. Bad News is in the rankings. Real talk. Bad News Conwell is in the rankings. We just waiting for him to get a solid fight. You're absolutely right. Fundora, we already know who he is. I thought Fundora, real talk, I thought Fundora would not be fighting the opponent that he's fighting next. They can't be moving Sebastian as fast as they was moving him and then stall him out now that all the belts are taken. Like, you got to find something to do. Okay, we got Jamel Charlo. I mean, fighting Tim Tszyu. I thought Sebastian Fundora would have definitely been fighting. Seriously, I thought he would be the one to get the first stab at the belts. I did. But hey, he's done fought freaking, you know, who he's fought. It is what it is, man. Sooner or later, they're going to have to give Fundora a freaking shot. And I've been on record as saying this. I think Jamel Charlo knocks out Fundora. Seriously. I think Jamel Charlo knocks out Fundora. I don't think Fundora is ready for Jamel Charlo, bro. The dude is built that way, which you're not talking about a whole lot of strength that's going to continue to reinforce that structure as he grows in boxing, as he get older and older. He has extremely long limbs, and with long limbs are joints. You know what I'm saying? And the way he is, how long he is. You know, it's been rumor mill that he fights on the inside because his vision is not that good to fight on the outside. And you saw what happened when he was fighting Carlos Campo. All Campo did was keep his hand busy when he was on the inside. That's it. He never really gave Sebastian an opportunity to set, you know what I'm saying, and just get comfortable with landing, you know, the shots of boxing him on the inside. He just kept his hands busy. Anyway, yeah, I totally agree with that, L Dog. Fundora, Conwell, Zayas, and Tucker. Yeah, they should be mixing it up in the next year. Yeah, I truly think. I don't know who they're gonna be mixing up with because Zayas, he's fighting, Tucker's fighting, Conwell's still fighting. You know, everybody's damn fighting, but are they fighting one another? We have to see because they all at 154 pounds. He's on the Tulsa card. He's supposed the best Vargas out the Vargas brothers. So I thought that was the Vargas, one of the Vargas. Okay. All right. Let's see how it works, man. And shout out to Fernando, man. I used to like Fernando back in the day. You know, he was what he was, man. Salute to him. I have no disrespect towards his pops. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's see how he works it. He's 3-0, 2 knockouts. Let's see how he works it, bro. I wasn't even paying attention to him. Real talk. I saw the name Vargas. I see them, you know, on YouTube with some videos, but I didn't put it together. Bruce Gas, Boxer, Jazz, and more. What it do, Bruce? Hey, brother, watching the JoJo card. Hanging out here for a few. Hey, appreciate you, Bruce. OG on deck, man. It's always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Bruce be pulling up, you know, all over the spot. And just to think, I've petitioned for those channels to unlock Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Unlock his block. Unlock his block. I say again. They up here treating Bruce like he ain't earned his stripes, man. Dude been back in history. You know what I'm saying? He's time traveled. Mitch say grades for this semester don't matter as much. If you fuck up, you would just have to stay on campus all summer. Them summer courses and Maymester classes be about 3 hours long. Brutal. Damn. It's like that. Wow. Damn, I did not know that. I did not know that at all. For real. I didn't know that. That's crazy. I mean, I know it's certain shit that don't go to Maymester there, Mitch. You know what I'm saying? It's because they pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? They pick up the phone and make that call. And then shit clears up without you knowing. Just like the ranking systems in boxing. And you know, you go to sleep tonight, wake up in the morning, you say, how in the hell that person got there? Shit. You know what I'm saying? That 60 changed into an 80. Telling you. Most programs make sure the athletes have their shit together before conference tournaments, though. Study hall be ass, though. Wow, that's crazy. You know, I always looked at it like, think about it like this, and this even when I was coming up, because I was a big deal in track, but I really at that point in time, with the partial scholarships that I was getting, I know for a fact Pops wasn't going to help any of that other stuff. He just couldn't do it with the amount of kids he had. He couldn't do it, but it was some cats that were very good athletes and did not want to go to college because of the academics. I mean, people in school say, oh man, you're going to go to college. You're going to be a professional one day. Oh man, you're just going to make that shit happen. No, not the case. They say, man, I ain't going, man. I say, what? Dude, you too good. No. Look, it was this one, I don't even want to mention his name. I wonder if he's still living too. Damn. But it was this dude that was blessed. This motherfucker jump out the gym. You know, he had an okay jumper, but he jump out the gym. He can be a Dennis Rodman. He can be a big man and shit. Motherfucker blessed with big legs, jump out the motherfucking gym, dunk on the motherfucker. It's just brutal. Could barely read. Could barely read. But he was one of the more popular guys in school. But could barely read, bro. You know, they had him on the basketball team. Could barely freaking read. Could barely read. I felt bad for I felt bad for him, real talk. He was a cool dude. I felt bad for him. Here I am. You know, I love looking in books. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I know if I don't get a full scholarship to nothing, there's no way I'm going to college. And plus, I didn't want to go to college and run no track anyway. I just felt like, damn, in order for you to have that speed, it needed to be 5 levels higher than what I was. I had natural speed, but it's the difference between having natural speed and God-gifted speed. You know what I'm saying? God-gifted wheels, like Deion Sanders had gears. You know what I'm saying? Green had gears. Barry Sanders, gears. You feel me? Those motherfuckers had gears, dog. You thought you was in their ass, you about to catch them, they turn up another gear, bro. How you gonna feel good about yourself and they start high stepping on you at the 50-yard line? Come on, man. Come on. I know, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to listen to the time you don't put into the sport. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom you got in life. You know what I'm saying? You up here, you know, opening up the portal, Bruce. For the people that wasn't back there, you opening up the portal of knowledge, man. They don't want to show you that respect. You giving them information from back in the day. Even I don't learn some shit from you. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm like this man, goddammit. Stop being petty. Summer classes cover the same amount of content as regular semesters. They squeeze all that shit into 6 weeks. Wow. Damn. That's brutal. I'm not gonna lie, that's brutal. That's brutal. I mean, when I was, man, I ain't gonna lie. The way I was back then, if I would have went to college, man, I would have made it out that motherfucker. I probably would have left out of there with like 2 or 3 kids. I just, no. I wasn't focused enough, no. Now, I trained my ass off a track, but no. I wouldn't have made it up out of college. No, my parents would, hey, Scotty, how you doing in college? We definitely want to come to your graduation. Mom, Dad, that ain't happening. And by the way, I want you to meet your grandkids. I want y'all to meet your grandkids. Dad would have been like, you ain't married? Don't bring that kid down here. Dad was old school. Nope. Don't bring no kid down here. You ain't married. You ain't married. I don't want to see no kids now. Damn, I'm being real, dog. Shit. I wouldn't have made it up out there, man. Not back then. Like I like reading shit. I did, but it's some other shit that I wasn't too interested in. I'd be like, nah. Nigga couldn't spell vertical. Man, it was bad, man. Oh boy. I remember going to the games, man. I just couldn't wait till he get the ball. You know, they weren't gonna hand him the ball out there on the perimeter. They gonna wait till he get down low. That mother used to get down low, and sometimes he don't take a bounce, sometimes he will take a bounce. And then he'll dunk that motherfucker so hard, I was like, damn, that's a one-trick pony. But goddamn it, that pony be bucking during the game. That little pony be bucking. You know, it wasn't a Shetland pony. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a work mule. You know what I'm saying? That shit had a little PBR to it. You know what I'm saying? A wild motherfucking thoroughbred. Get to him in the paint, that motherfucker turn around on your ass and dunk. But don't expect him to goddamn come out the gate now and have a strategy to this shit. Like it's Kentucky Derby. No, you're asking too much. No. You're asking too much. You're asking too much, dog. Shout out to Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens in the building. What's good with it, Reggie? How you feeling, bro? People sleep on track because professionals level don't pay like the NBA, NFL, and NBL, but track and field is super competitive at college levels. Olympics send your ass home with a medal and good luck. They do, man. That's why I knew the speed I had wasn't God-gifted speed. Like if I would have got on the weights, I very well could improve, but my shit was genetically gifted somehow, some way. You know, I was genetically gifted, then my work ethic to get where I need to be. But it was some motherfuckers out there that was God gifted, that was fast. I was like, wow. Like, and then my coach wasn't schooled up enough on what to turn us on to as far as diets. He didn't have sponsorships. He didn't know none of that shit. He was a basic coach, and salute to him. I don't blame you for anything, coach. If you listen, look, I know you my Facebook friend. I ain't blaming you for shit, bro. You didn't know, but it was. My coach will tell you, bro. Like, for me to just come out and have the amount of speed I did, and to win as much as I did running hurdles, 110 hurdles and 330 intermediates, and they put me on the 4x400 relay periodically and the 4x100, right? But my main events was the hurdles. But he didn't know about the weight room. When, you know, put your track runners in the weight room and work on them quads and them hams, work on them calves, work on doing certain sprints and exercise. I used to train on my own, to be honest. And then when we had track and field training, we used to work out with the long distance, right? And then bring us, you know, sometimes, not all the time. And then bring us back to the track, and we'll do some simple basic shit with the sprints. But he wasn't like some of the black schools that was training these kids differently, bro. They was training them with strength and conditioning coaches. Right, their football coaches was training these track athletes for explosion out the blocks. I wasn't getting that where I was at. A lot of other athletes wasn't getting it where they was at. But hey, it is what it is, man. I don't blame coach for shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree. And check this out, Mitch. Imagine if, you know how you turn professional, let's just say the NBA, right? And you get that motherfucking first round. Imagine if boxing was like that. Imagine if boxing had a lottery based off your amateur degree, and they had a draft, and they drafted my boxers off with the contract. I think the sport, I don't know. You think the sport would be much more productive if they had a boxing draft like they do with all these other sports, and allow a fighter to get some money off the rip? Because goddamn Pookie and JoJo can come off the couch, you know what I'm saying, and get a boxing license. All they have to do is pass a couple of tests. They good. They good, bro. Nowadays, these gymnastics girls take pictures doing splits in their leotards and make millions from NIL. Yep. While being average in their actual sport. Absolutely. Look, I ain't mad at these women. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just talking specifically for the women who can go out here and have a social media private account and get paid that way. Like, it's crazy, right? This is a person that I don't see as attractive. I don't. Black China, okay? I don't have nothing against her. I've seen her in person several times. Black China doesn't come off as being attractive to me. But peep this out. Black China says she made $240 million, y'all. She says she made $240 million. Now back up now, because you know what I'm saying. I gotta give you the portal. I gotta take you back to the damn Bruce Gas portal of wisdom. I remember when China was coming out that shit with Rob Kardashian, and they said she was just trying to come up, and she wasn't shit. She was just trying to run game on this nigga, and I think she had a baby out of the situation, and she was trying to come up off the Kardashians' name. Okay, Black China said she made 240 million off OnlyFans, and she is giving it up because she said it was just a side hustle. It was just something she chose to do temporarily. $240 million, y'all. Black China now. I wonder what the hell she was doing because I didn't have a subscription. What the hell is going on? Look. It's this fighter I know that I covered that has been on TV. And I heard she's doing very well on OnlyFans. More money than she'll ever make her career. More money than she'll ever make her career. They making it on OnlyFans. So I don't mind these people having a alternative or plan C or D with this freaking technology. You can't blame them. You can't blame them. Like for the fellas, I'm pretty sure some dudes that's comfortable going out here making money, you know, if they got a girl that's down with them on OnlyFans to make that cheddar, you know, hey, it is what it is. But it just seems like every time I turn around, the females are the one who's benefiting off OnlyFans, and they making a bulk load of freaking cheese off that motherfucker. I ain't mad at them. I ain't mad at that shit, bro. Remember, Rashad McCants made the dean's list, despite only attending 4 classes at UFC. Hey man, that college shit, bro. You know how corrupt that shit, bro. Oh my God, man, college. I remember going to college games though. I love going to college games. I'm not gonna lie. I saw some of the most beautiful women in college. I say, damn, this is where it's at. This is where you can find your college sweetheart, so to speak. But they, you know, it was all a dream, for real. It was all a dream. Because as a man going to a college football game, it just seemed like majority of the women looked like you could just select them. Like, damn, every one of them looked damn good. Like, shit, this is what it's about. So I'm saying to myself now, I'm saying, shit, I wasn't the only dude that was there looking at the women. And look, furthermore, those women was looking for dudes who was about to get that professional contract. You know what I'm saying? If you was a track runner, they can say, oh, you run track, you beat so-and-so. Well, come back, and when you get fast as he is, because that's who's going to make money in the future, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, in track, you got to run all these relays. You got to go through all these trials for the Olympics. You got to make the team. Man, come on, dog. Like, come on already. He said paper class. Hey man, back then I wouldn't have been able to complete it. I'm just being absolutely honest. I wouldn't have been mature enough to complete college. Now, if God would have blessed me with God gifted speed, and I felt that I was the top 2% of sprinters coming out the South, you know what I'm saying, and top 2% in the world for my age group, then I would have reconsidered. I said, you know what, I have something here, let me try it out. You know, and then furthermore, if I would have had that type of speed, I would have probably been playing football too, or something like that. But it is what it is, man. There's no need to really hype on it, you know, because that shit is so far gone. It's been a long time since you. That shit is over, dog. The last 2 fights, the corners of the guys who losing kept telling them to move to the right. And I swear neither guy has taken one step to the right. Wow. Man, you know them fighters, The world is full of tricks, and these women are winning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I always tell people women are one of the smartest species in life. And I went through what I went through. I would tell guys, I would tell men, not guys. I would tell them estimate the power of a woman when it comes to manipulation. And it might be harsh for them to hear, but I think I'm at a point right now that I just keep it authentic. You know what I'm saying? Authentic and genuine as it could be. Money isn't the root of all evil. A woman is the root of all evil. If you go back to Adam and Eve, it wasn't Adam who grabbed the fruit. So that's all I'm saying. When you look at the root of all evil, I love women, but I'm just saying, it took me some years to understand how much power a woman can have when you believe that she has no clue. When you believe that she has no clue on how powerful she is, they definitely know. They definitely know. Yes, sir. And the biggest look, if I can provide any type of advice to the fellas that's coming up, the youngins that's coming up, don't ever let a woman pressure you into getting married, because it's just a piece of paper. You need to be friends with your. You need to be friends. This is not for everybody. I'm just saying myself, just my opinion. And you need to be friends with them first. You need to have a chick that's gonna have you, know you, understand everything. You know what I'm saying? And the good and bad. Just take it for that. Y'all should already be married before you get married. Not dating, and then all of a sudden we're gonna turn the corner. Hey, we're gonna start treating each other like we're married. No, don't do it, bro. It will end up in disaster. They always say to man, we work for everything just to give it up in a divorce. Seriously. That might seem bad. I know some of you dudes out here still with your wife and everything. This is not to you. This is not to you. This is not to anyone specifically. All I'm saying is, if you don't have to get married as a civilian, don't rush to get married, because you will give it all up. Just like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods probably looking at that shit like, damn, how can I be genuine with you and you goddamn have motives? How the hell you can be a girlfriend to me and my income is higher than yours and we break up or do whatever and somebody trying to hit you for 30 mil? If that ain't some motherfucking treat a bitch like a hoe every day of their life, I don't know what is, bro. Women have all the options, bro. And look, women have all the options. You just gotta play them. You gotta play them in a way that you understand. You gotta find out what the playbook is, bro. You gotta set your own plays in action. Seriously. You gotta find out what their playbook is. If you find out what their playbook is, man, and they on your team, bro, you will find out. If they on your team, you will find out. What would you advise Warriors? What would you advise Warriors player Andrew Wiggins do? Look, the one thing I liked about Andrew Wiggins, he's finally picked up a championship ring. I haven't really been an Andrew Wiggins fan. I'm just glad he finally got a ring. I just never been a fan of his like that. So be a little specific on what you mean, because I don't watch b-ball like that all the time. What do you mean exactly? What would you do? What happened to him? What he about to get traded or something? What happened to him? I don't know how to engage that question, because I don't know which direction to take it. What did he do? What happened? Or what didn't he do? Yeah, what you got on Wiggins' situation? I'm curious. Like, what exactly are you getting at? Get his ass back in the court. Don't know what's going on with him, though. I heard some wild ass rumor thus far. Enlighten me. Okay. So, therefore, let me go do a little bit of research while L Dog dropped that information. Let me use what is called a search engine. Andrew Wiggins rumor. So, let me see what they talking about. Damn, these dudes make millions upon millions, and they got rich people problems, dog. Let me see. Damn. Mm. Oh, they say he got some shit going on. Let me check over here. They say he got some serious shit on. I'm trying to feel bad about my guy. Like, shit, what he got going on? Andrew Wiggins, he was being cheated on with his best friend. All pretty serious and harsh, but that's not the full extent of the rumor. Wow. So his girlfriend was cheating on him with his best friend. Um, wow. Hey, let me see. Okay, that's what I just read too. All right, check this out, fellas, for best friends. You can have a friend that you socialize with on a regularity, right? Cause listen. You don't have to believe. You don't have to take what I say. You know, we two different people, and a lot of y'all have met in life or spent time with you enough to know who you are as a person. But as far as best friends, you can have individuals that you know that are legit. It's maybe one or two people in your life that's always gonna be there that you trust. But I'm taking from me. I never had a dude in my entire life that I would leave with my girl or in my home when I was married and I wasn't there. Look, my wife knew better than for me to walk in the house and one of my friends was in the living room when I got home and I wasn't there. No, I never stayed in anybody that I knew, any dude's house while they wasn't there. I never came over, hey, so and so here? No, he's not here, but you can come on in. No, I good. I wait out in the motherfucking heat. Never. Never. Because look, this is one mature fact that I learned when I was in the Corps, right? Because the service have some of the messiest marriages that you would ever see in your goddamn life, right? It was this couple that had issues going on, and this particular wife wanted to get back to her husband. And the crazy part about it, I really didn't know that she was, checking a brother like that. And I never really, been like that. People I know, never. I get close to their wife. Like, I had people wife say I'm stuck up. And for a long time, until they was divorced, they would say, hey, why you always acting stuck up? They said, I want to act stuck up. I just didn't want to get to know you because I don't know him well enough to know you. I never allowed myself to get close to a nigga so that his wife could know who I was. I didn't want his wife to know who I was. I didn't want him to. I never wanted to be close to somebody else's freaking people like that for them to know business. No. Because you know what? In the service, that shit always end up bad. You link up with other people's family, a wife, and they have shit going on. They bring it to your household and be over there every time you walk through the door. What's so-and-so doing here again? Oh, they having problems with they have problems in their marriage and this, that, and the other. And I just wanted to ask you, do you mind if she stay here for? Hell no, she ain't staying here. You gotta get your ass over that shit, dude. I would suggest for the youngins that's out there, don't ever have a best friend. I won't tell you don't have a best friend, but don't ever have a best friend where you have just a smidget. I'm talking about just a hair, just a pulse that he will fuck you over. Don't have a if you ain't totally clear on a person that hangs with you all the time and know a lot about your life. There's no need for you to bring them into that situation, because that person right there is a powerful person. If you have a dude that's with you, that you have one pulse in your body that they're gonna fuck you over. The longest y'all stay together, and y'all date different women, and y'all go to parties and all this shit, y'all know the dirt on one another, all this shit, and then when it get to a point where one of y'all might sound and the party and stop, and the shit ain't the way it used to be, all that little red flags you was getting when y'all was dating, and you found out, oh, so-and-so act like he want to holler at my girl. Hey, man, you trying to holler at my girl? Oh, man, that ain't your wife, man. I just thought she was fine as hell, man. They give you the indication, you better take that motherfucker, dog. Because when it comes time for y'all to settle down, and one of y'all do it before the other, they'll try to go in there and ruin that shit, bro. That's not the only, I'm just saying, marriage is difficult. But having a best friend close to your marriage, and your marriage go bad, and your girl say, I'm just gonna go out. I'm gonna go out with the girls for a little bit, and come to find out she out there hanging out with your best friend because she needed a shoulder to cry on, and she knows one person that you always hang out with that can understand what y'all going through. Fuck that. Never. Look, people, never in my life I had a nigga that was close to me like that. Ask him. Never. They were so bad you wish you got there in the damn cemetery voluntarily. How can Andrew Wiggins have as much success as he has, right? And not understand what goes on in that profession that he's in. People always fucking other people's girl, dog. But he up here with his best friend, keeping him around. Oh, dog, yeah, this, and this. Where did you get your girl from, first of all? Where did you and her meet? Where did you and your girl meet? It ain't a friend of mine that'll tell you that I shook their wife hand. I never shook any dude that I knew. I never shook his wife hand. I never gave her a hug. Never. I gave her the head nod. It ain't a nigga that I knew, that I respected, and we was cool, that when their girl came around, their wife came around, that it's like, hey, you know, Scotty, this, that, and that. Shit. Especially when I used to go on them runs. Nigga take his shirt off and go on the runs. I'd be in the gym doing what I'm doing. And your girl work out in the gym, and I know what type of vibe she on. Nah, brother. No, shawty. I'm going to tell you a perfect example. In Virginia. Those of you that from Virginia, you probably seen this shit on the news. You probably seen this shit on the news. I don't even know if I should put that shit out there. It's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. This shit was on the news in Virginia of a person who found out his motherfucking wife was cheating, and he threw it through a plate glass window. I knew them. I knew the sucker that did it. I tried to tell that sucker that shit was going on. Everybody tried to tell him. and he wait to throw his motherfucking shit away because he found out again that shit was going on, and he wanted them throw it through a glass window. I bet they not even married to this day, and he up here throwing his shit away. That shit crazy, bro. Do not get married. Don't get married in haste. That's all I'm saying. Take your time. Become best friends. Do not get married in haste. If you're an NBA player, you know how the game goes, bro. Don't go up there acting like, you know, you had to go through a motherfucking ceremony of baptism and shit and become ordained and put in some hours as a usher and shit and learn some goddamn scriptures and be able to quote them verbatim for the freaking preacher of the church. No, don't act like that's what the NBA. No, the NBA is what you call a place just like you would go to a trap house. That's what the NBA is. You're gonna see some of everybody at the trap house. A lot of motherfuckers get trapped at the trap house. It's been said over and over again. The NBA, we just had situations to go down about adultery and all this other shit. Man, come on, stop. You didn't know your best friend gave you those vibes there, Andrew? And fuck that. And I know, look, women are powerful, bro. Like, I know Andrew hurting right now because he probably spent some intimate moments. I'm telling you, women have that pum nani nani. They have that pum nani nani. Hey, that shit can have a motherfucking stress the fuck out. Especially when you putting all your love and care in her, and then you up here rocking out telling all this nigga over here that's supposed to be your best friend all your personal shit. Y'all going out, y'all having them man-to-man conversations about this, that, and the other, and this nigga's plotting and he don't have no motherfucking bearing. This nigga don't have discipline enough to never cross that barrier between you and your girl. Slime ball type shit, dog. Slime ball type shit. Internet getting fouled saying those ain't even his kids. Wow. Wow. So he got kids with this female? So he got kids with her supposedly? Wiggins, a good player, all the physical tools necessary for his position. Not a number 1 or 2 option for a good team. One of the best third options in the league, though. Can score 20 and lock up nightly. So scoring 20 and locking up nightly means that while he's at the game and his girl didn't show up, he's up there scoring buckets while his best friend is goddamn in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? He's dunking in the bucket. He's making deposits in the bucket. Wiggins is doing it on the court, and his friend is doing it off the court. What a slime ball, man. What a slime ball, man. The age gap between those kids make the rumors that much crazier. I don't think the rumors are true, though. A wife cheating ain't no reason to miss this time. So he was married? Oh, my God. That's fucked up, bro. I hope that dude don't do anything crazy because that was his wife? They say his girlfriend, though. They say his girlfriend, Andrew Wiggins' girlfriend. They don't say nothing about his wife. They say, that's his wife. Oh, my God. I can't be mad at Wiggins because as a man, stupid mistake. Seriously, we make stupid mistakes. Let me her images. I don't pay attention to other people's shit, man. Let me see how she look. I mean, she fine. I mean, hey, typical NBA girlfriend. Oh, they got kids. Nah, people saying that ain't his kid. Nah, that girl look like she got her mama complexion and his facial features. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. So what he did was What he did was choke out with her without getting married and throwing all his shit away. So I got to give Andrew Wiggins some credit on that. He didn't immediately have a kid and say, "Oh, it's time for me to get married," because that's what happens a lot of the time. These salesmen get with these athletes and they pop out a baby, and then the dude lose their mind and say, "Oh, I got to do what's right. In order for you to meet mama and daddy, we got to do what's right. We got to get married." Don't do it. Don't do it, shawty. Don't do it to yourself. Don't work all that time only to take 18 years to struggle. Don't do it. The age gap between those kids make the rumors that much crazier. Okay. You was talking about the age gap between the kids. Well, his daughter looked like him though. So one or two of those kids are his, bro. Eldar said, I bet you've been around bad ones all your life in the ATL. A lot of bad ones that I ran into was outside the ATL in other countries. In other countries. Women that I never thought I'd be able to dang have a relationship or sleep with. Happen. All the women that I dispersed of because I wasn't ready to get married and they was beautiful and they was like, please keep in touch, please. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm straight. Stupid, just dumb shit, dog. Just dumb shit, man. Hey, we grow as men, bro. We grow. I ain't perfect. A lot of niggas ain't perfect, but goddamn, we grow from mistakes, bro. That's all I said. We grow from mistakes, man. The women down here in the A was easy to meet. No doubt about it. When I was coming up through this motherfucker, it was easy to meet. I'm talking about beautiful women. They came from other countries. Beautiful. Real talk. And look, loyal than a motherfucker. But hey, you wonder if they loyal because they trying to leave? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it all depends. I got married in haste when I was young. Shit got football real quick. We were both real young though. We didn't know shit. Yeah, that's a lot of us, man. Real talk, that's a lot of us, bro. I think the Wiggins rumors are bullshit. Oh man, I don't know. I can't say if they real or not. Is basically the runway, bro, for bad relationships. Seriously, the NBA is a runway for bad relationships. Like, there's so many girls that be waiting for these dudes, especially if you got a pretty decent contract and you getting paid. Man, come on, bro. Man, please. Andrew Wiggins' wife react to rumors. Let me see what they saying over here. Is that a video or article? So they, so this they're saying right here that's his wife. Some article says his girlfriend, and some says his wife. Oh boy. That's fucked up. I wish that man nothing but the best, bro. Because once you sleep with the best friend, it's over. It's over. It's fucking over, dog. Charles Barkley, his bitch. What happened with Charles Barkley? I won. I didn't stay too close. I know about certain situations, but I don't get in people's relationships like that, even on a professional level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember Kobe Bryant even. I remember when he broke the news. I felt she was trying to set him up. But still, it was a bad situation for him to put himself in with his stature and notoriety. I just felt like he made a poor mistake. But But I will say this. I will say this about his situation, comparing it to mine. I've been in areas where, okay, this is all new for me. So I go to that area, it's all new for me, and then you start running into these women that you haven't never seen in life growing up. And then they treat you with such freaking, like, the first perception, they just treat you so good and sweet. I mean, they give you that type of vibe that you ain't never experienced where you from in your hometown. You ain't never experienced that shit in America. But you got to learn. You got to say, okay, these are women who are in a different country. Yeah, it's good that they're meeting and they're showing you this love, but then you find out, okay, how many other service members have they treated like this? You know what I'm saying? Do they have any kids? A lot of these women didn't have kids, but they was looking and hoping and wishing to catch that bird. Send me home with you. They wanted to fly away. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to fly away. So until they fly away, back in the day, right? You can get married where you were stationed at. And those women didn't have to be stationed where you were. Let's just say you go to another country, you meet a female back in the day when I was growing up, when I was coming through the damn court, right? You meet them, you keep in contact with them, and say, I know that I have a year remaining. I have a year remaining at this duty station. But I've been talking to this female in a different country. We've been communicating and this, that, and the other, right? So it's getting close to me to leave. And she's been like, hey, you know, I'm really, in love with you, this, that, the other. You mean so much to me and this. So back in the day, you had certain service members that would lock in these females. What they would do, fly them over to where they at. They would fly them over. They would get married. All right, it was plenty of places where you can get married. They would get married, do all the paperwork, and they would give that woman that you just married a permanent. They would give them a permanent, yo. They would give them that permanent green card that they want to citizen, the fly back with you. So you're heading back on the bird overseas, back to the States with a whole wife. With a whole wife, dog. You don't even really know her like that. Y'all haven't been living together, nothing. This shit was going on back then, right? They'll give them a whole green card. Boom, on the bird back, touchdown. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Okay, I'm back. So, let's see. If Wiggins was missing the game because his wife stepped out on him, the Warriors would not be paying him. Got to be something else. Okay, I look at it like this, Mitch. Okay. Okay, if Charles Barkley, as men, you go through experiences and relationships and you learn different shit, right? So if a nigga getting close to your girl, then you don't blame him. You blame her first, because if she had your back and she understood, she was loyal and trustworthy, then she would have never allowed that damn that space to be violated. Yeah, niggas, they'll go up there and be mad at the next one because it's some type of freaking bond that they have with the dude, and they feel like that dude would disrespect. I get it. Dudes get killed every day doing that dumb shit. Real talk. But back to what I was saying about the shit that used to go on, man, it was crazy because as service members, man, you'll meet these foreign females that I'm telling you, some of them are beautiful. Real talk. Some of them are beautiful, and if they weren't attractive so much on the outside, they were somewhat attractive on the inside, enough to the point like, damn, I doubt I'd ever. Look, these cats are saying my mom never treated me, with this much respect. They go over there and find these women that's willing to treat them like kings, and they end up getting married. But anyway. Back in the day, man, they was giving permanent green cards, man. You touch your ass down in the U.S., you start. I mean, that was the most happiest moment, man. You goddamn get your shit a crib, and you have these new couples checking in, and I was in a position where I had to talk to the new Marines coming on. You know what I'm saying? They had to come see the OIC. So I was in that position at one point in time where they had to come see me when they checked in, and I just wanted to know a little bit about them. They tell me the whole deal. Been there and understand where they coming from. Been overseas before, totally understand. So I see these young Marines coming here with these foreigners that they met on vacation. They was overseas and they say, hey man, let's take a trip over here. They go over there and stay for a full week. Meet a female, become a pen pal. And that female they was a pen pal with is one of the most beautiful women they ever seen in their life. Some of these dudes are virgins anyway. And before they leave that duty station, some of them would get an extension. They'll try to get an extension on duty station according to what your rank was, or they would try their damnness to make the woman believe that, hey, once I go back to the States, I'm going to come back for you. And some of them say, okay. And some of them's like, nah, that shit ain't going to happen. But sometimes when a service member get back to the States, they say, man, fuck that. I don't want to be that. I'm having fun. They get back to the States and reality kick in. But the shit was changed because you had young service members getting married overseas, flying back, and their motherfucking spouses dipping on them. They didn't need shit else from you. They had their permanent green card and they was dipping out on your ass. Gone. Over. Disappeared. Especially when you come back with no kids. You come back with no kids. You came back with kids. At least one child. And then when they dip out on you, then they can say, okay, it's kidnapping. But a lot of these females didn't have children. They dipped out. They got married. Some of them stayed together, and a lot of them didn't. A lot of them didn't. So they changed the rules. And I'm gonna tell you why they changed the rule. Because back in the day, we used to go to the Philippines. And the Philippines has some badass females. People don't aware about what I'm saying, but if they from the old school, they know what I'm talking about is true. We used to have damn sport over there. We used to go to the Philippines. Man, that shit was, man, unbelievable. Anyway, to keep it classy, the Filipinos was the one who got the rule changed. Well, the reason why the rule changed, that they was no longer giving permanent green cards to these damn spouses that was getting married all of a sudden overseas and flying back to the States, because a lot of times the Filipinos was marrying these service members and going back to the States and dipping out and linking up with other family members that was already over there and start working, because they'll put them into the system. If you in California and you at a lot of these bases, you go down to certain spots like the exchange, the hospital, and all that. Filipinos are working in there because they look out for their own. Real talk. They know where they came from. They look out for their own, bro. So a lot of these women was coming back to the States. They sometimes stay with their spouse, stay with the military personnel to a certain period of time. You know what I'm saying? They'll stay for a certain amount of years. So they rate the retirement if they feel like their spouse is going to stay in. Or they'll dip out on them, go get jobs, start working, and send money back to their family. Yes, sir. The network was amazing. The network, how they had that shit set up was amazing. But guess what? Sooner or later, man, they was finding out these service members was complaining to my age. I married so-and-so, got back to the States. She disappeared on me. I don't know where she's at. And then they get a call, say, "Oh, I'm with family member, I'm okay." And then he up there, "Are you ever coming back home? I just need time. I just miss my family. I need time to relax. I'm gonna head back over to the Philippines." No, they was working in the United States. I can't make this shit up, y'all. They was still in the States living, but they was telling, "Hey, I had to go back and see my family. I was missing my family." Running freaking game, dog. I'm not lying to you. Running game. Running cold game on these service members. Running game. I'm not going to lie. My stomping grounds, I had some stomping grounds over in the Philippines, but I never thought about marrying one of them. Especially seeing my neighbor, one of my neighbors, he married an older Filipino chick that was probably like 6-7 years older than he was. And then he didn't have any furniture in his living room because her family, they had mattresses over there from family members that was visiting from the Philippines stand over there on air mattress in the living room. So one thing they know about Filipinos is that you marry the family. You marry the family. That's all I'm saying on that, man. I don't want the Filipinos to goddamn protest what I'm saying, but the shit is true. I don't think a woman was involved. Nigga must have disrespected Charles. Yeah, I thought Charles, if I'm not mistaken, I thought Charles had freaking threw him out through a window because he was disrespecting him or something. He wouldn't leave him alone. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, that shit's crazy. That's unfortunate, man. Back then it was great. Times has changed. I'm not gonna lie, man. Overseas back in the day was amazing. It was amazing. But I'm just saying, it's not for the immature. It's not for niggas that go over there that's virgins. And the first duty station you go to is overseas. I swear to you, by the time that virgin freaking leave overseas, that dude is freaking damn near in a serious relationship with a female that he don't know, he just met. You know what I'm saying? She stayed the night and convinced him, "Oh, you're the first service member I ever slept with. You're so special. I love you. I feel you're different. I feel different. You're different." Oh my God, dog. They ran game on us like it was cool over there, boy. Until you found out what the game was. You know what I'm saying? I never slept with any other service member. You're the first. You're the first. Man, they ran game, boy. They wanted you to take them to fill out that paperwork. They start getting the military benefits. And they find out they can go to medical. What? and then that service member starts sending them money. They start sending them money a month because now you got a wife and you're getting paid extra. So you're supposed to, if you're doing it the right way, and you're gonna be going back stateside and coming back and pick her up, you're supposed to give her a certain amount of money and shit like that. But yeah, you get married over that motherfucker. It's official, dog. It's not like you getting married overseas and the shit that no, you are a service member. You get married, it goes in the system of you getting married. So when you go back over here to the States, you know what I'm saying? You can pretty much get yourself out of a marriage if you never freaking brought her back over to the States. You can get a divorce. You can say, oh, she left. She could still be over there in Spain somewhere. She can be anywhere, Germany or whatever. According to what duty station you at. Yeah, man, they love shopping at the PX, bro. They love going up there. The land of the big PX. I want to go. I love you a long time. They want to go up there and get that tax-free shit. Goddamn, go to the commissary and get all that food. Man, what a hustle, what a hustle, what a hustle, bro. Shout out to all my service members that went through the trial and tribulations, dog. Somebody might be tuned in and it's like, damn, I remember. That was, I remember. It's fucked up he had to bring up those times, but I remember, goddammit. But man, y'all hold this shit down, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I'm about to bounce. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy y'all Sunday. We got about a good 33 minutes before Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to attend church, man. Go in there and repent. And goddamn ask forgiveness for your sins. You know what I'm saying? Just ask forgiveness for your sins. And then when they do the final song and they close for the benediction, and the preacher wants y'all to walk down there so you can whisper in his ear what you want him to go down there and pray for the YTC for it to get better. You know what I'm saying? It can build this integrity somehow. So we can get rid of all the ominous media that is damn taking this by storm. You know what I'm saying? That's polluting the media airwaves over here. Man, y'all hit the like button on your way out, man. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm